Hey, Capt here, preacher at large, teaching the word and inspiring 3 minutes at a time. Hey, Nehemiah was the cupbearer for King Artaxerxes. He walks in one day and he has a sad face. It's the first time he's ever been sad in the presence of the king. The king asks him, "What are you so sad about?" He says, "Obviously you're not sick. Obviously this is something of the heart." Nehemiah says, "How can I be happy if my people in Jerusalem, my temple, it's in disarray, it's torn down?" So the king allows Nehemiah to go back to Jerusalem from his captivity, right? They've been assembled for several years now, assimilated into the Babylonian culture, right? And then, but he allows them to go back to rebuild the temple at Jerusalem. Gives them letters and gives them everything. So Nehemiah goes to rebuild the temple, and he starts to do this process. But then there's these guys that sort of run the area, right? And they don't like him rebuilding the walls of Jerusalem. They think he's going to rebel against the king. Of course, they just want to be in charge, and they don't like anything happening unless they're the ones that are allowing it to happen. And so they didn't want him to do anything, right, Nehemiah? And so they try to stop him. Of course, it doesn't work, right? But here's the moral of that story. So Nehemiah is getting ready to rebuild the walls of Jerusalem. So here it comes, right? If you're going to do something great for God, and if you're doing something great for God, just know there'll always be naysayers. There'll always be people coming against you. There'll always be people trying to stop you from doing what God wants you to do. You have to understand that, right? Here he is with letters from the king, right? He was the king's cupbearer. He was with the king day in, day out. But now he's in a distant land, right? And people don't appreciate what he's doing. If you're doing something great for God, everybody is not always going to appreciate it. Or you doing it. You have to understand that, right? So, just remember, if God has told you to do something and you're doing something great for God and you seem to be coming up against all these walls and all these people are trying to stop you, that's expected. Understand and just rely on God and trust God, and He will see you through it. If you're going to do something great for God, there's always going to be resistance. Now, look at your face in the Bible.